Howdy, my name is John, and this video is another double tag video. The first tag is the Ex-Lurker Tag. I first saw this tag on Bethany with the Next Chapter, her channel. She's a fairly new booktuber, so I encourage you to go check her channel out. The tag was created by Kate Luna, and I'll link both channels and videos in the description below. Question 1. What had been stopping or is stopping you from leaving comments or starting a booktube channel? My booktube channel is almost a year old now, and when I started my channel, I was very reluctant to leave comments. In fact, I didn't even have a YouTube account until just before I started my channel. I wasn't a user of social media before I joined YouTube, so I really just wasn't in the practice of leaving comments on other people's content. However, once I started to create content and I noticed how much comments meant to me, that's when I got a little bit more brave and started leaving comments on other creators' content. Question 2. You've already left a bunch or a million of comments under booktubers videos. Do you remember the very first comments you left? Did you get any reply? Fortunately, the very first comments I left were on small booktubers like myself, and they were the people that watched my very first video, my booktube newbie tag. So the first comments I left were on Slowly Red's channel, Rose Above It Reads, her channel, and then on Lost in a Bookcase, Casey's channel. And yes, I actually did get replies on all of those comments. Question 3. Pick a book which you've read because of the booktuber's review. It has to stand out, be the one you either loved or hated with passion. First, I'm going to pick a book that I loved. This is Trader's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. At some point, I'm going to stop talking about this book. I just don't know when. Anyway, the first review I saw of this book was on Slowly Red's channel, and he really got me excited to read the book. I also watched a review on the Library of Alexandria. Between the two of them, I went and bought a copy of the book, and I really enjoyed that book. I gave Trader's Blade 5 stars. The Crash Course Literature series of videos hosted by John Green isn't technically booktube, but it's close enough, and one of the books that John Green really likes and recommends is The Catcher in the Rye. And I absolutely hated reading that book. It's probably one of the worst books I've ever read. Question 4. Tell us a bit about the book you're currently reading. Is it any good? Could you read a passage from it which you loved or found ridiculous? I'm actually going to talk about the last book I finished, which is Shadow Games by Glenn Cook. This is book 5 in his Black Company series. I found this book okay. It had a really slow start. Fortunately, I enjoyed the ending of the book. Now, to provide a little bit of context for the quote that I'm about to read, it is from the perspective of the commander of a mercenary army who is preparing to assault a city. 2 things to be observed about being the only guy in 40,000 to get some the night before. 39,999 guys are so envious they hate your guts. But you're in such a positive mood, it becomes infectious. Question 5. Do you keep a reading journal? Shortly after I started my channel, I did start keeping a reading journal. Basically, I write the title and the author, the date I started the book, the date I finished the book. I typically write a chapter summary every time I finish a chapter. And if I run across a quote I particularly want to remember, I'll write down the page number and either a summary of the quote or the quote itself. Again, I already had a bunch of these spiral notebooks lying around, so I just started to use those. The next tag is the Hindsight is 2020 Reader Tag. I was tagged for this by Tom LA Books, and I was also tagged by Ian at BNB Books. This tag was created by Erin Go Read. And as always, I'll provide a link to the videos and channels in the description below. Question 1. What were you like as an early and learning reader? I've been reading for as long as I can remember. My mom used to like to tell a story that at one point she thought that I was reading along in a book because I'd memorized the book, but she quizzed me and I was actually reading. I was probably about 4 years old at the time. Question 2. What book or book series really got you excited about reading as a kid? I really enjoyed the Encyclopedia Brown series of books when I was young, and then when I got a little bit older, I really enjoyed the Three Investigators series as well. Question 3. Has there been a person in your life, real or fictional, who inspired you to be a reader? Both of my parents inspired me to be a reader, especially my dad. My mom was always kind of busy doing mom stuff, and so she didn't really have a lot of time to read. But my dad read daily. He read the newspaper and read magazines and books, so he was always reading. Question 4. At what point did you begin to identify as a reader? Really kind of always have identified as a reader. I don't really remember a time in my life where I did not read. Question 5. How has being a reader shaped your life and your worldview? Well, it's definitely opened me up to experiences that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to experience. Being to read other people's viewpoints has definitely made me more tolerant of those viewpoints. Question 6. Tag someone whose reading history you want to learn more about. The 3 channels that I'm going to mention, I am tagging you for both tags. The first one is Hugo at Scientist Reading World. One thing that there's not enough of on BookTube is engineers. Hugo is a chemical engineer. He's really passionate about the books that he enjoys. He makes some creative tag videos of his own, and his channel is really enjoyable to watch. The next channel I'm going to tag is Danny's Day Off. Danny does a really good job with her wrap-ups and her other videos as well. I really enjoy watching her channel. Lastly, I'm going to tag Katya, Read, Write, Create. She's another booktuber that I really enjoy watching and puts out some really great content. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.